What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host D, and today kicking off a new series called The Hunt, and I'm going to show you how I shop for watches, what I look for on any given particular watch. Today we are looking at the watch I'm wearing, my Vixa Type 20, more or less the Steve McQueen 417es of long time ago. These were released, I think, in the 40s. I think this watch actually predates Steve McQueen's. Steve McQueen's 417 is stainless steel, has the flyback chronograph feature, and I thought they came out in 57, but I think recently I heard 54, so I need to check myself before I wreck myself. But these Vixa Type 20s predate that. They were part of reparations from Germany to France. More or less, Hanhart was forced into producing 5,000 of these and sending them to France. So these were worn by French fighter pilots, and you will see on very many, all of them, the case back. I guess watchmakers took a hammer and a metal stamp every time they updated it, every time they serviced it. So it's not uncommon to see service hands, repainted dials, and whatnot, because these things were getting serviced, like, I think every year up into a certain point. So it's not uncommon for the loom of the hands to not match the numbers, or to have the loom on the numbers redone. As long as it's repainted well, it's not a big issue. There's some certain key factors to look for, namely the number 2 at 12, within 12, and at 2, and the number 8 chiefly. You want to see the circles of the 8, the fat snowman. You want to see those as clean as possible. Now we also have a couple of different chronograph hands. We're going to be looking at the leaf style today, which is kind of, like a leaf, whereas some of the original 417s had a straight line as the chronograph hand. And let's dive into it. So kicking it off with, and I use PickClick. It is a listing aggregator for eBay. And whenever you see something you like, you can click on it. It takes you straight to the eBay listing. I have no idea how PickClick makes its money, but I kind of want to donate to them because it makes it so much easier to hunt for something in their format, where it doesn't have all the bric-a-brac. You just have pure listings here. Now, I have this conformed strictly for this video edit. Normally, I would have this web page, full screen and 7 or 8 across. Like, you can do a bunch across, like this little guider. You could do, like, what is that, 15 across? But for the purposes of demonstration, we're going to go here, kicking off with this one. We've got 2 listings here. There are problems with both of these listings. First, this watch never came with a red pusher. Someone did that in tribute to what the Hanhart lore of how that got started. Supposedly a flyboy who had his Hanhart, his girlfriend took it upon herself to use red nail polish or lipstick, not sure which, it's a bit of lore, and painted the lower pusher. Like, girl, woman, lady, don't you take anything to my watches, for shame. Although it is kind of romantic. And then the second one over here has got some rust on one of the gears. We're going to check that out. At least they're fully disclosed, and they're showing you a picture of the movement. So if you're hunting one of these vintage ones, make sure you get a picture of the movement. We're going to look at that too. But real quick, truth be told, a modern Hanhart with flyback chronograph is a much better option than these, because it's modern, it's reliable, it's got that Salida flyback movement. Just did a video about Hanhart's release on that. I have my Red Lion, not flyback, but still pretty cool. Modern Hanhart is kicking it crazy fresh. And these vintage ones, unless you're a military issued chronograph person, or I imagine Hanhart could service these. I'm going to ask Felix that if he would, I imagine they are. But diving right in. Oh, before I get into the diving, if you're looking at these 2, I would not buy this one at $47.11 because of the movement condition, but I would use its price point to leverage the negotiation pricing on the other one, if you don't mind that red pusher. Or if you want to leverage that pricing on another one, we're going to look at Chrono in a minute, because it's a great price, and you can use, even though it's a crappier condition watch, you can use the pricing to coerce the other seller to come down and match the price. Sometimes they will, sometimes they won't. All right, jumping right into the Vixa. Now, something to note here is you see those subdials, they're the track that's going around. On this model and on a true 417, it only has one circle going around. On the ones, you'll see a double train track looking thing, which is how you can sure as well tell that it is not good. Also, there's a little coloration at the 12 o'clock. I don't think that's meant to be red on the Vixas. I think someone took a marker or some paint to this. I think that's meant to be white. It's wholly absent on mine, which is okay. But you see those hands? Let's see if we have another picture here. You can see here on the chronograph hand. The hands on these bend and curve downwards at the tip in order to account for parallax compensation if you're viewing it from the side. You want to take a look at the lug holes to make sure there's enough meat there, because sometimes, like not on this, I have two Vixas, and this one's actually going to be up for sale soon. The other Vixa I have, it was an impulse buy. The holes are a little too big. I don't know why, but maybe it just got worn away or something. This one's in pretty good condition. So here are the stamps. One of those FG numbers, or I'm sorry, the number between the FG numbers is the model, and these other ones are stamps of whenever a watchmaker touched it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stamps. Not a lot of stamps on this one. Mine has got like 14-ish or something. So everyone should have those stamps. And when you're looking at the movement, it's going to say Germany down here towards, I guess this is the bridge. Is this the bridge? I kind of forget what that part's called. I'm not a watchmaker. I'm a watch buyer. So this is a fairly decent listing. By the way, none of these listings are mine. Vet it as you would any other purchase. I'm just bird dogging some what looks to be good examples and whatnot. So going back to that other one that I was disparaging. Okay, diving in. It's got some dirt on it. Obviously the 2, the 4 have got some degradation there. That's normal. This is from what, 57? No, actually these are probably late 40s, I would reckon. I kind of don't know if I'm being honest. But going on to this, let's see here. Doot. All right, so zooming up. All right, see, we got this, what looks to be a rusty gear. And I don't know what's going on here with that circle. That's part of the regulation area. But this is a no-go for me. But as we switch to going over to chrono, I want you to remember what this looks like. We've got single track. You'll see these double track monstrosities in a moment. And syringe style hands that are not overly pointy. Now we're over at chrono, and there are a lot of Vixas on market right now. So tons to look at. We've got 2 out of Italy, 1 out of France. It's surprising how many of these show up from Italian sellers. That's where I got my other one from. I think that we've covered more or less what I've wanted to with these. So take a note here. So the 9 o'clock chronograph hand is circular at the point with no trailer, no, I guess it would be a counterbalance. And then the one on the 3 o'clock has got that arrow. So take a mental note of that as we look at the Hanhart ones. Let's see, $5,000. Let's see how this one from Italy looks. Yeah, it's a good looking. There's a lot of great Vixas out there. The Vixa is 95% the Steve McQueen watch. The only thing it's missing is it doesn't say Hanhart on the dial, but Steve McQueen's watch was stainless steel, and the legitimate Hanhart 417s that tend to show up for sale are chrome-plated brass, not stainless steel. It's kind of a trade-off, which one is more important to you, but digging on the bad Hanharts, that we see here. Going high, low. All right, checking out this. This is a Hanhart. This is a wartime Hanhart. We can tell that by the fact that it's got the cathedral hands. And see that subdial? It's got that double ring, kind of like a train track subdial. All right. On both the 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. This is a good example. Lots of provenance. I don't know about all that provenance. But that is what those look like. Now, taking a look at some of the bad Hanharts we've got showing up here. Come on, work. Work. All right, it's not going to let me zoom in. All right, so here we have we've got, oh my gosh, there's so many problems with this. There's no printing down here at above the 6. There should be. It's got the train tracks going around the subdials, right? And it's got the wrong hands. It's got Bundeswehr style hands that are very much pointed at the tip and at the part that they tie to the, is that a pinion or what is that? The main thing that holds all the hands into the movement. All right, let's look at a couple other examples because I was on here last night and I saw a grip. All right, here's another one. Why is it not letting me zoom? The heck? All right, same problem with the subdials. Although these hands look good-ish, but the subdials is a, what did this person do? Did they, oh, also you see this is how you can tell that it's chrome plated brass. Stripping around the lugs is usually the telltale sign. These could be the hands off of a Vixa. Who knows where these hands come from? But those subdials are a no bueno. Muy no bueno. I think this one is the piece de resistance. This one I saw while I was on my couch. I had to run upstairs on this one. I'm so excited. I thought it was a good one. This watch looks good except for the hands. This hour hand and minute hand are completely wrong for the Hanhart. It's got the right minute tracks, and it's got the right logo and the right printing down here. There doesn't appear to be any stripping. This one's not letting me zoom in. I'm so tempted to just buy this watch because it's probably a legit 417 stainless steel example. It's got the wrong hands though. I don't know. The loom around the Arabic numerals looks good. Doesn't look like it was ever touched. But where am I going to find vintage 417 hands? Because oh, I forgot. Okay, come on. Is there another one? Another better version? Hold on, let me see here. Can't see it there. Okay, see it there. The hands on the subdials are wrong as well, right? So this is a no-go. I think, although I'm tempted to buy this watch and take it to Germany with me and just get a hand swap from Felix at Hanhart. In fact, I'm going to send this to him, see what he thinks about it. I think this is probably a legit 417 stainless steel, or it is a severely monkeyed with Franken watch. I guess that case does look a little too good. So, all right, nice try. All right, let's see what I'm going to leave this one up, and I'm going to pull up the legit Hanhart. All right, I'm on monochrome-watches.com, legit website. Clicking on this. This is the OG. Let me see if I can get in there and get up in its business. So this is what it should look like. Note the hand styling of the chronograph is very much in keeping with the Vixa. Syringe hands. This is the pre-leaf model that is just a straight line. And so looking back at the Vixa, yeah, There's a little bit of variance with the Vixa, with the what is being typed, the wording above the 6 and the styling of the minute track at 9 o'clock on that subdial, and frankly the 3 o'clock is a little bit different. But let's look at our bogus one again, the bogosity one. Wrong hand, wrong hand, wrong hand. But just looking at the dial, that dial looks good. But this is what the real one is supposed to look like. So there you have it. Quick little tour de force of the Vixa Type 20s that are in the market currently. I'm still hunting an OG Hanhart 417es, old school Steve McQueen. Probably with the straight line chronograph in lieu of the leaf. I already have the Vixa leaf. It's not going anywhere. Plus, I like the military provenance with this. I wanted to be a fighter jet pilot when I was a kid. I also wanted to be a ninja, though. It hurts so bad when I bent over to pick up something. I was not meant for the ninja life. And yeah, I don't think I would have suffered as a pilot much either. Anywho, hope that you enjoyed it and that added some value to your hunting style. Keep your eyes peeled for more of these. I want to go on an Omega Speedmaster hunt because that's one of my favorite hunts, because I cast a very wide net when I do that hunt. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and share it. You need to get my numbers up, and I hope that wherever you are in this wonderful, beautiful hobby of ours, you're doing well and that you're blessed. We will catch you in the next one. Peace. If you'd like to support the channel, head over to hobbyofhours.com. We've got artwork, coffee mugs, hats, t-shirts, and even a watch book. 1001 Watch Designs, Volume 1. Over 1,000 designs in here. Steampunk, super futuristic, kaleidoscope, even super real ones. Watches that you could probably put on your wrist today. It's a great way to support the channel. Thanks for coming along on the ride.